Microneedling works because your skin knows how to heal, and we're just giving it the right signal. I'm Dr. Sarah Allen, Chief Medical Officer of SkinClick, with everything you need to know about microneedling. So, what is microneedling? It's controlled, intentional, tiny little micro injuries to the skin that then promote your skin to heal on its own. This is not the same as at home rollers, and it's important that we microneedle at different depths. So, anywhere from 0.5 millimeters to 3 millimeters in order to achieve certain outcomes depending on which condition we're trying to treat. So, do you have too much pigment in your skin, or do you have acne? Depending on what we want to treat, that dictates how deep we want to go. The real trick to microneedling is what happens after you receive the treatment. This is when your body picks up with its natural healing cascade and stimulates the growth of collagen, elastin, and other substances within your skin. Think about any time you get a cut, how incredible it is that your skin heals. The same premise is true here. We create tiny little injuries that hardly you can see with the naked eye, and these heal on their own. And when they do, they bring lots of good and healthy cells in with them that stimulates your body to just look better and better. So with microneedling, these are small enough to heal pretty quickly, but deep enough to wake the skin up. All your skin sees is something happened to us, we need to repair it. So it brings in growth factors, fibroblasts, which are the cells that make collagen and elastin, and increased blood flow to that area, giving you a beautiful, flushed, and glowing appearance. As your skin heals and that collagen and elastin starts to come in from the fibroblasts, your skin improves in firmness because collagen and elastin create that scaffolding that give you a firm, healthy skin. It also improves your skin texture and gives you a glow. But this remodeling can take weeks to months. It doesn't happen overnight. And this is why serial treatments, or not just one treatment of microneedling, is imperative to see long-term results. But if you stick with it, the results can be pretty incredible. What can you expect? You can expect improvement in your overall skin texture, acne scars, pore size, small fine lines, and overall skin quality to improve. Microneedling is like strength training for your face. You create small stress and your body rebuilds stronger. But technique matters, and the device that your provider is using matters also. So there's really only one FDA approved microneedling device on the market, and that is called SkinPen. It creates a sterile environment because think about it, you're working with blood, and controlled depth. So we know that we are creating injuries at the same depth every single time. This is important to give you a reliable outcome. And the depth changes based on what we're treating. So if you have pigment, you likely don't want to go below 1.5 millimeters. This can actually wake up your pigment forming cells called melanocytes, and we don't want to wake those up and make your pigment worse. Can you have treatments afterwards? Sure, you can have things like exosomes, PRP, PDGF, but the important thing is what really matters is the routine that you use before and after you receive microneedling. Your skin is appropriately prepped with daily retinol use, you're going to see more impactful results and a bigger bang for your buck. Who's not a candidate? People with keloid formation, a history of inflammatory skin conditions. But for the most part, this treatment is pretty well tolerated and almost anybody can do it. But remember, like I said, it's important that you do a series. One treatment is not really going to improve your skin significantly, and you're bound to be disappointed. What can you expect during the procedure? So when you come in, your provider will likely apply a topical numbing cream. This is usually benzocaine, lidocaine, tetracaine, or some other alternative. That will sit for about 15 minutes and then you're ready to go. Your provider will move in a pattern that they typically use. I always use the same pattern. I do forehead first, then temples, then cheeks, and out here, typically your provider will need to go to a deeper depth. The skin out here is thicker than it is under your delicate under eye area. In order to treat someone appropriately, the provider needs to use 3 passes. I think about it like mowing a lawn. So you go down, then you cross over, and then you use circles. And it's the same thing every time. The goal is for your provider to elicit what we call pinpoint bleeding, or just tiny little bits of blood on your skin. The goal is not for you to be bleeding everywhere. So at the end of treatment, when you have that tiny little pinpoint bleeding, then your provider will rub this all over your skin. This also helps to improve the healing cascade. When you're finished, your provider will instruct you aftercare and what you need to do. So I have a few favorites. One is a CO2 mask. This promotes healing. What can you expect? You can expect to feel a little tight, particularly in the lower face. You may see some redness. That is completely normal, and that could last up to 48 hours. But your body, rest assured, is going to pick up and start to heal itself. I always recommend pairing microneedling with some kind of peeling aspect. In my practice, I use a lot of Skin Better Alpha Ret peel pads, particularly right after microneedling, that evening and in the 3 days after. The other way that you can significantly boost results is with prescription creams following microneedling in between treatments. This is one of my favorite treatments for hyperpigmentation or any unwanted pigment in your skin, but the results can be incredible. Now remember, you have to support this with at-home skincare. If you don't, then what are you really investing in? Microneedling works because it respects biology, and when done correctly, but it enacts the ability for your skin to heal itself. What happens when you do that? You strengthen your skin over time and it becomes healthy, resilient, and firm.